Hi there everyone, Lydia here with you today, and I'm so excited to be here on the Wplus9 blog sharing with you how to create a faux partial die cut cover plate look. This is the card I'll be creating and I will take you through it step by step. So I'm using the beautiful Outline Roses die today, and I'm taking the smaller rose die from the set and I've placed this onto my cardstock where I want it to be. With this technique, you want to work from the image that you want to be full and then go back. So it's a bit like masking, where you stamp the first image that you want in the front first and then work your way back to that. You will be taking the outline pieces from the die. So the bit that we want is the outline, and then we'll be getting rid of all the petally bits. You won't need that for this card. So I'm using 3 of those. The first one will be full, and the other 2, the ones that are going to be behind that flower, are going to be more partial. So there's going to be less of the image showing. And as you can see, when you cut it, there is less on and less on each of the dies. So I'm just going to take a little pin, because I find this easier, and then I will remove the bit that I want first, which is the outline. They are very delicate, so you want to be pretty careful with these when you remove them, and I'm just putting that over to the side because they're the pieces that I want. Again, the petals are waste. You could use them for another card, but I don't necessarily need them for this one. I'm then going to use the buds that you get in the die set, and I think these are so cute. So I've added those in. So what you're going to do again is you're going to add the things that you want more forward before you add in the dies that are towards the back. It's easier to watch the process than that it is to explain it, I'm sorry. So, and then I've added the 2 leaves in. I'm glad that you get 2 leaves in this set, so they're slightly different shapes and sizes, so you can really get a different look to the different leaves that you use. I will be adding 3 of these leaves, so I've just added another one, and then I'm going to run this through my machine. Once you're happy with the overall look, the solid image that I have there die cut out, then you're happy with it, you can move on to the next step. I've then cut a piece of paper. This is an ombre piece of paper that I had in my stash, a little larger than the piece of card that I had. The card is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and the ombre piece is 4 1/4 inches by 6. I didn't cut the end bit off because I wanted to have a little bit of give, so I didn't want to cut that bit off until I'd added my pieces back in. Also, I find that it really helps to use a wet glue for this. You could have added a double-sided sticky to the piece of card before die cutting it, but I find that it helps with the moving it with the wet glue. So when you place these pieces in, you're going to want to put in the pieces that are closer to the edge first. This is going to help with your jigsaw placement. It is like a bit like putting a jigsaw puzzle back together with all the pieces that you have, and I think it's really quite fun and relaxing doing it this way. So you're going to work from the outside in. So I've added the leaves, I'll add the bud, the leaf, and then I will add in the flowers. It's easier for me, I found, to add in the flower that is on the left, the fuller flower, and then the other 2 just nestle in pretty easily then. Once all the pieces are in, I then took it to my paper trimmer and trimmed it to 5 1/2 inches. Here I am just adding it to the card base. I'm just using quite a bit of double-sided tape. I may have gone a little bit overboard. So at this point you could decide you wanted it the other way around, but I still found that it worked better this way. So I'm going to be stamping onto some more of the white card. It has got a slight texture to it, so I will be stamping it twice. That's why I've put it on this machine, so I can get the stamps image right over the other. I want to make sure that I do have it properly stamped, especially with Versamark where I can't see where it is properly. So that's why I've done 2 impressions of that before I have heat embossed it in a platinum embossing powder. I do love how this works with the other colours that I'm using, so I'm quite a fan of the platinum. I've then trimmed this out, added it to a piece of the ombre, and added some foam pads behind it to give it a bit of lift. For a bit of fun, I've just added some twine around my hands. It's normal cotton thread, some white cotton thread. I like to have the end pieces under my sentiment bar, as I find that it makes it stick a little better. Maybe I'm just being funny, but I do like it that way. I'm just going to remove the backing off the foam tape, and then I'm going to place down my sentiment. To finish, all I've done is I've added a couple of sequins, and that is my card complete. I really hope you've enjoyed this video today. Thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful day.